Hello, and how's it going, everyone? Hope you're doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. I got a video for you today. I'm working on a commission of Jotaro Kujo from Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, and I did this recording in time-lapse, obviously, as you can see, but I did it in a few different sessions. Like, I worked on it 20 minutes here, an hour there, and so I think it ended up being you can see the transition right there, the different lighting, because I'm recording in my living room, and like depending on the time of day I'm recording, there's like different lighting, so you'll be able to see a few different lighting changes, but you should be able to see it just fine as I'm working on it. So since this is a little bit larger commission and it's something I haven't actually drawn before, like I've never drawn Jojo, nor do I normally draw like male characters. It's kind of not outside of my like usual range. I decided to do like a little bit of a rough sketch first. Also because I wanted to do a little bit like more detailed shading on this piece. So like usually when I want to do more shading like that, I'll do like the rough layout first and then block out some of the shadow shapes with like a large pencil or something like that. And here I'm using the Dixon carpenter pencil, which you may have seen before on some of my other videos. I use it a lot for shading and doing roughs because it's kind of light but can cover a large area very quickly, so it's really good for that kind of thing. So yeah, I blocked out a lot of the shadow shapes. I kind of roughed out the line work, and the person I'm doing the commission for requested it be in the style of my Cull comics. So I kind of wanted to do, something more in that vein because that's kind of more of a unique style that I use. Like I don't draw in that Cull comic style all the time. It's kind of specifically for that comic. So this is a little bit different for me. So it was a fun experiment, but I wanted to do a lot of different like pencil layers and use different types of pencils to get different line qualities, because that's what I do in the Cull comic. If you've seen my comics, I use many different types of pencils to get different textures and different line qualities and stuff like that. So you may have seen me using like a graphite stick. That's just like a basic General's 2B graphite stick that I use to fill in some of the larger shadow shapes when the carpenter pencil isn't quite big enough. But then I'm going in to do the line work with a 0.9 millimeter mechanical pencil. This one is, it's a Tombow Zoom, I believe. Yeah, Tombow Zoom. I'm like grabbing it over here. It's a nice mechanical pencil. It looks kind of like a fountain pen, but it's really, really solid pencil. And I mean, it's one of my favorites just because it's got a nice weight to it, and I like the aluminum body and everything. But if you want to get the line quality like that, you haven't tried a 0.9 millimeter mechanical pencil. They're a little bit bigger and pretty nice to use if you're doing like larger pieces to do line work and stuff like that. But I have about a bazillion pencils, so I think I used maybe 5 or 6 different pencils on this piece. Yeah, well, we'll see here. So I used the Dixon, the graphite stick, and now I've got the 0.9. I was going to use the 0.5 millimeter on the line work, but I tried it out and I felt like it was going to be too small. So I did the 0.9 instead. And just getting like all the finer details lined out here, I am adding some more shading. So in the next session, you saw that transition right there. I got my 1.3 millimeter mechanical pencil. That's a Papermate one, and I go in and I fill in some of the like lighter shaded areas. You can see I'm like filling in the areas on his shirt and in his collar and stuff like that. And I did a lot of like filling in on the hair just to add texture and add some more, like variance in value. Putting in the details on the belt, that was pretty fun. I enjoyed doing that. And so this is a little bit lighter pencil as well. It's probably around like an H or an HB. So you can go over your drawing pretty lightly with this to get some shading and some texture. And it's got kind of like a bigger point, so you can if you're working on a larger piece, you can cover the area quickly enough, as opposed to if you're using a tiny pencil to shade it, it'd take you a lot longer. That's kind of something I've been experimenting a lot with in my pencil drawings, is using different sizes of pencils for different sizes of drawings to get like similar textures. If I'm drawing something that's 2 inches big, or if I'm drawing something that's like 11 inches big like this one, and getting kind of similar effects. But for the finishing touches here, I bring in the blackwing Palomino pearl, and that's the white pencil you saw there. That's a really dark, almost black pencil, and it's really great for like doing the finishing touches on the line work, the areas that I want to be darker, and filling in some of the shading. And then I wanted to do just like a really simple background, just something with motion that wouldn't really detract from the character all that much. Plus I spent a lot of time on the character itself, and I didn't want to do like a super fancy background, so I figured just doing kind of like a filled in, you know, kind of like contrast. There's like, you know, the white bar in the middle and like the black textures on the outside to kind of create a sense of motion. As you can see, I'm like hatching all in the same direction, and I like to do that even if I'm just filling in an area. It's pretty quick, and it kind of like guides your eye through the piece. I don't know, it's a simple background and it's a nice effect. You know, when I'm doing just like a character commission and I want the character to be the focus, usually I'll do a simple background just so, you know, it doesn't really detract from the piece at all. But yeah, so this is kind of a different video, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I mean, I figured I'd just record it, and hopefully you guys liked it. So I'll see you next time. Thanks, and bye-bye.